Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is Glitter Grove, part 18 of the May and SOS scenario pack. Because of the frequent rain in this area, it is a good idea to build most of your rides underground. That ain't going to happen. Your objective to have at least 1,450 guests in your park at the end of October, year 3, with a park rating of at least 600. So I already know what's coming here. This is going to be some sort of, I can't remember what was it, Thunderstorm Park, is it? Or Thunderdome Park? Or yeah, okay. So we won't be building anything underground because the Thunderstorm Park was the worst scenario that I've ever played. So if we keep everything above ground, and I know it's mountainy, but it shouldn't be too bad. So let's have a look then. We're charging for admission. So I think what I usually do with these is I bang the price up to about 40, and then I put down a load of flat rides to justify the 40, and then we take it from there. So let's see if we've got enough rides to do that. We've got a monorail. We've got a couple of flat rides. These will be okay. Yeah, quite happy with those. We've got a few coasters. Not a great selection. The hairpin might be useful because it's because of the terrain. Splash boats and jet skis. Do we even have any water? Oh, there's a little bit there. And some shops. Okay, now it did mention rain and we haven't got a kiosk, so I'm going to want to put my research into shops. So I want to get that kiosk, so we're going to do the old £20 for umbrella trick, get as much money as we can out of them. Most of the map is quite hilly, but there's a flat-ish area here. So if we make a start, just put down a few flat rides, just to get the guests coming in, justify the £40 entry fee that I'm going to charge, and we should be okay. So I'm just going to crack on building. I'll see you soon. May year 1, I'm still charging 20. I haven't quite got enough rides to justify the 40 yet. I have gone for one ride underground. Probably won't do too many underground. So I've got an observation tower there. I have got the kiosk and I've got the umbrellas set to 20. So I will get a lot more money when it rains. I've switched my research now to thrill rides because I need some more flat rides to be able to justify that 40. A couple more, I think, and then we can charge a bit more, and then we can start building something a bit more exciting. October year 1, so we've got enough rides in the park now to justify the £40 entry fee. Guests more than happy to pay it. So I've put down a circus. I've got my research into thrill rides. So we've got a couple of swinging inverted ships just there, and a roto drop as well, just there, poking up from underground. So I've 2 rides underground so far. Put my research into roller coasters not so long ago. So we've got a twister roller coaster. So it's a nice, easy design with one of those. A couple of boosters into going up half loop and then into a little barrel roll, photo section, a couple more barrel rolls, and then back to the station. Guess happy with that. And then we're sharing the exit line with a couple of rides. So at some point I am going to put my research back into shops, and then hopefully we'll unlock something that we can pop down to merchandise the exit, maybe a balloon store or something like that. Bobsleigh, I don't want that, do I? Even if the park was flat, I still wouldn't want a bobsleigh coaster. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with the way things have turned out. I have got splash boats as well. That was available from the start, so I think maybe we could put one of them down here. Guests love those. Jet skis. So the way I've got it, I've just got it coming straight down here using the path as a barrier, so they have to come this way. And then I've gotten the settings, then I've got the maximum wait time down to a second, so they're just coming on as quick as they can. Might be better if I had the station a little bit shorter. I don't know, maybe if I put the exit a bit further up, but I'll leave it for now. So I'm going to carry on. I'll see you soon. July year 2, so I thought I'd just drop in and show you this little tip I've got. I like to do this on So this is a reverse freefall coaster I'm building. I also do this on launch towers and shuttles. You can do it on the spike on shuttles. So what I do is paint the track. So we got it just there, one color, and then pick something different for the alternative color scheme. And then we'll run it on, play, and then we'll just put on pause. Let's just have a look a second. When that drops up to 0, there you go. We know it's just on its way back down actually. So we'll go in and we'll paint it. I think it was about there, wasn't it? So we'll just let it run. So I always build them a little bit too tall to begin with, and then test it, then paint it. And then what I can do then is I can see exactly where it's going to come up to. So I know now I can get rid of the orange bit and everything above it. So this year, what I've been doing, I've done my splashboards, gone for a nice large design with that. But I've also been working on a path loop around the whole park. And then we've got one of these hairpin coasters just here as well. Diamond drop. So the park is called Glitter Grove. Over here, we've got Sparkle Motion, film reference there. If you get it, give yourself a pat on the back. My stats, and then so this one, I haven't named that one yet, and Shimmer Splash. So we're going for the whole sort of glittery, sparkly theme. Cool. So I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October year 2, 1,100 guests in the park, so we only need another 300 or so to go over the next year. I did tinker with the splashboards a bit. I didn't show you the stats earlier. The ride time was very long. It was about, it must have been about 7 or 8 minutes, because I had a really long underground section coming all the way up here. So it was going really slow, and it took ages. So what I did was I just shortened it a bit, and then that's boosted the stats nicely. So it was still exciting, but the guests were fed up. It was such a long ride. The guests were getting fed up. Loads of sick everywhere, so I'm going to have to put down a lot of handymen. We've got an Enterprise down in the corner just there. Got a Virginia Reel. Verjazzle. Maybe not a good idea. Decent stats on that. Some nice interactions with the hairpin coaster. Got a nice space on the inside that I can build some stuff. Loads of sick. Look at it. Tons of it just up there. Yeah, we've got some merchandise. So back onto researching shops. So we've got a hat stall. A hat stall just down there. So as the guests are coming off, so there's 3 different rides outputting onto this one path. So as they come down, let's have a look. A few of them bought. Bit of lag there, so that tells me I've just finished researching the shops then. So I think what we'll do then, we'll put the research back onto maybe roller coasters. That way then we're not researching random stuff. And when it does unlock the scenery, I don't know if it does it on yours, maybe leave a comment in the comment section. If it does, it always gives me a bit of lag when it researches a bit of scenery. So we only need a few hundred more guests. I'm going to crack on building. Got a nice space in the middle. We can do something nice with a roller coaster just here. And I'll see you soon. October year 3, only a few more weeks to go. We've got over 1,500 guests in the park, so we're going to beat the scenario. The guest graph starting to flatten out now. So we've got a nice number of guests in the park. We don't want to get too many more, otherwise we might get issues with guests complaining about overcrowding. One thing I have done is I have dropped the price of the umbrellas. I thought it was 5. It's weird. Maybe I took my finger off a bit too soon. There you go. Drop it down to 5. That way then we're still making a nice bit of money off them, but we're not taking their money off them too much. That way then they'll be more likely to stay in the park for a bit longer. So what have we got since we last spoke? There you go. Spiral slide. I just plopped that down in order to give us a nice little boost of guests. We should be all right now. just to stop it dropping down. So we've got a wooden coaster just there. Glitter gatekeeper because it's going across the exit and entrance. So nice stats on that. And then this weird looking monstrosity then. Emerald Express. Mine Train Coaster. Nothing too fancy, just comes out, drops, just using interactions with the other rides just around the place. And then a nice simple corkscrew coaster just there, just to give us a nice, just to guarantee the guests coming into the park. Gleam Dream. Simple design, powered launch, couple of corkscrews, photo section between the two corkscrew. We've got the spike and then back to the station. Loads of guests, very crowded. Why aren't more of them going on the splash boards? Only a few days to go then. Let's have a quick recap. So when we came in, we didn't have any rides. The synopsis hinted at maybe we should build the rides underground, but I wasn't going to fall for that again. Playing Thunderstone Park once was bad enough, so I'm not going to repeat that. So I put my research onto shops to unlock a kiosk so we could make do with the £20 umbrellas, put down some flat rides just up here where it was relatively flat. And then once we unlocked the kiosk, I put my research into thrill rides. We unlocked a few more, like the rotor drop, swinging ships, etc. Put some of them down. Then we were able to charge £40 entry. Put my research into roller coasters, so I was able to build a couple, like the twist just there. Then we put down a splash boards, and then I focused on building a path loop just around the whole of the park there. Built a few coasters then down this side, got the Enterprise down there as well, and then built a few coasters in the middle, well, starting in the middle, but they do go all around the place. And then right at the end then, I've just dropped down a spiral slide there and a corkscrew just down there, just to guarantee it, because we had, what was it again? 1,450, so we were about that. So I just dropped down those two rides just to guarantee the extra guests. And we've completed it. Stew! And we've won an award right at the end. One thing I did do, actually, at the beginning of the year, I put the entrance up to £60. And I even won an award for the best value park whilst it was at £60. So there is scope for charging a lot more on this level. But I chose not to, simply because I don't want to take the guests' money too quickly. I don't think I've got any cash machines down, so there's no way once they spend out, they'll go home. And we don't want to get too many guests in the park. We don't want too much of a buffer, otherwise we might have issues with overcrowding. So this was Glitter Grove, part 18 of the Mayan SOS Scenario Pack. I am Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!